I hope one day to
And
be able to tell you
looks
that
like a couple of
persecution
new folks.
has set you
Mario
beyond,
Zelaya,
and women in my country
welcome.
have got
And
their
also
rights,
Thomas Yu.
and that to have
Welcome.
a
If you
better
guys have any
rights situation
questions, if
beyond.
there are any questions you have, feel free
My
to
goal is
unmute
to achieve peace
and
and human
ask.
rights.
Also, both
I
of your
am
videos are off,
determined to
which is
try more
fine. If
than
you're in your
before.
pajamas and you want to
I'm sure
stay,
with our
off screen,
efforts,
that's fine.
perseverance
If you
in
do want
Iran,
to
and with your human
turn on
rights
your video, it would
colleagues'
be probably
protection,
bottom
we
left of your
will win
laptop.
all
You have to
together
go
for
click down
peace
there
and
on a place
human
that says
rights.
video. That'll turn it on.
So that
As
was
well, if you're on an
Nargis
iPad,
Mohammadi
you tap
speaking when she was
the
free
screen and it brings it up, and I believe it's in the
years.
top right of an iPad. Okay, any questions or thoughts before we go? Before we get flowing here? Alrighty, let's do it. Let's say again. Okay, thought someone said something. All right, so everyone is muted. So now if you have anything you need to say or a question you need to ask, you'll have to unmute so that I can hear you, but I keep things muted so that there's no disturbance to the fellow practitioners. So
the other one too.
My screen is frozen, I think, because I'm doing
Yeah.
a couple of changes. I still haven't figured that part out, why my every time I make a change, the screen acts funny.
Let me see.
So I see Mario and partner, I believe. Welcome. Do you guys have any questions for me? Maybe they cannot hear me.
Okay. What?
All right. So let's get going here. So what you need to do to get the most out of class, take the time to set up like I'm setting up 2 chairs. You got 1 chair on this side with the back of the chair facing in, and a second chair like so. So this creates our little framework within which we can do some weight shifting, do some balance work, and we keep ourselves safe so we can be comfortable enough and relaxed enough to relax and actually be calm and smooth in our movement, whereas a lot of times we tense up, right? So taking the time to set up this situation really can change how successful you are in the practice, because one of the biggest rules, number 1 rule in Tai Chi is relax. Sounds easy, except the world and life is pretty stressful, and there are dangers around us, as many of you I'm sure know, whoever has experienced any fall of any kind. Right? Danger's right there. So that's why our body tends to be tight and stressed out and stuck, right? So that's why we get this set up here, 2 chairs facing in, and then a 3rd chair back from it. So this is our setup. 1, 2, 3. So does it need to be a chair on either side? No, it does need to be something sturdy. So you could have a countertop on one side and a chair on another, and then a chair to sit right there. Sorry about that. All right. And Gail, I'm going to mute you there. All righty. So once you got this here, our playground, our training ground is set up. We've created a little training grounds for ourselves. Now, sitting in this chair, we always start with our seated postural work. Scoot to the front edge of your chair and sit upright. So most of us, especially if we've been on the planet for long enough, have bad postural habits. It's a long time, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, whatever, to have gravity be working on our body and the stresses of life and any injuries. And so the likelihood of posture being out of alignment is very, very high. So we want to correct all of that. That's the infrastructure upon which we operate the vehicle. If our like your car, if it's out of alignment and you drive it, you can only drive it so far before it starts to break down on you. So we're doing the garage work here. Sitting at that front edge, we tip the pelvis a little bit forward, chest slightly up, chin slightly down. Those are the general corrections that the human being needs. Hands are comfortably on your thighs, so try to not be holding your arms stiffly, grabbing with your hands. Have the hands be soft. They're just resting. Have the arms hanging down as if your elbows are kind of sinking, sunken elbows. And legs relaxed and soft. So we've created Zhongjung, or central upright. Now we practice Song, a Taoist term meaning soft, pliable, relaxed, loose. So just to test that, see what I do here? I do a little shoulder shrug bounce, right? And then just hang your arms and kind of swing them a little bit. Just take a second to shake out anything you're holding. And then also in these legs from the hips, just kind of wag them in and out a little bit. Just a gesture of soft, loose, relaxed. Eventually you can even just roll the head. I know people have tight necks, but just like you have a bobblehead on top, right? That's one of the Tai Chi statements, is as if a string is suspending the head from heaven. And then into this relaxed body, we breathe long, smooth breath. In through the nose. Hold the breath in. Out through the nose or the mouth, whatever's comfortable. Empty breath. Hold the breath out. And then inhale. Hold the breath in. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Let's do that 5-6 more times. You can do it for 5-6 minutes on your own, especially if you're rewatching this video. Feel free to pause it and take 5 or 6 minutes of breathing. You're changing the state of your structure and tissue with every breath. You're also changing the state of your nerves, the nervous system, the electrical system. Long, smooth, calm, clear. Gail, can you mute yourself, please? Thanks. And again, we could spend a long time just working on breathing, but we're going to move to the next portion. First movement, slide the hands, elbows, and shoulder blades back. Chest up, chin up. Arch the back, so shape shift. Change the shape of your body into a back bend. Arching. And then settle back to that first position. We call it neutral. And then change to sliding your hands forward past your knees. Importantly here, hollow your chest, round your back, and drop your head. Okay, so we're going into these different shapes that are very important. Come back to neutral. Elbows back, shoulder blades back, head up, chest up, arch, right? See how much I'm changing my shape. I'm looking up at the sky at this point. And then settling to neutral, and then change. Hollow the chest, slide those hands forward, drop your head. Now I'm looking down at the earth here. And again, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, R. And change again. Neutral, and then slide your hands forward past your knees, hollow the chest, drop your head. Let's do that 3 more times. Try to make it a smooth transition between all those positions. Inhaling as you go, hands, elbows, shoulder blades back, arching, spinal extension. And then exhaling, sliding the hands forward past your knees, hollow the chest, drop the head. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. The more shape shift, the better. The more change, the better. And settle to neutral, right in the middle. Now the next movement, left hand forward, past your knee, right hand and elbow pull back, turn the shoulders to the right, turn the head to the right, twist. Come back to center. And then you'll change again. Your right hand forward, your left hand and elbow back. Turn your shoulders to the left. Twist. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale as you twist to your right. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. And then we're back to center. And change again. Right hand forward, left hand and elbow back. Back to center. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. 1 more each way. And then we're back to center. 3rd movement, hang your arms loose, shift your weight to your right buttock and just side bend, lean to the right. And then back to center, both of your buttocks are on the chair, and then again, shift your weight to your left buttock more, and side bend. And back to the middle, crown up high, weight down low through the body, and then change. Now add to this, as you lean to your right, float your left wrist up. Notice it's close to my body. It's not way out in front, it's not way out to the side, it's just right in this little pocket. And float it up. And then change, that left hand going down, keep that right hand, again, close to the body in this little pathway here, in front of the body, and lean. Back to center. Lean. So as you lean to your right, your left side empties and comes up. And as you lean to your left, your right side comes up. You may notice when I'm saying right, I'm doing left. It's because I'm being your mirror. So this is my right hand, but I'm saying left hand up because I'm being your mirror, right? That's just one of the ways we have to teach. So if that's confusing you, do your best to let me be your mirror. Lean. And 1 more. Lean. And then find the middle. Now just a couple exercises more here for our upper body, because this area is, if this area is tight or collapsed or stuck, it makes us clumsy. It's like being top heavy, right? So we want to clean out anything that's extra here. So bring your feet a little closer together, legs closer together, and fold forward at the hips. Float your arms forward. Touch the backs of the hands together and float your arms up to chest level. And then we go open, like a big sweeping open. Turn your palms forward and slide them down and next to your body. And we do that 3 more times. So lean forward, bring the backs of your hands together, float the arms up, and then big open down. 2 more. You could inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. And then go for full range, whatever that is for you. Forward, up, keep going as high up as you can. Whenever you run into your limit, just open. Way out to the side. See how long my arms are extended? All the way down alongside you. And notice when I finish here. I finish in neutral. Again, forward, up. Keep going up, 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 up. Open, big open. All the way down and finish in neutral. Let's do one more. Big circle. Open. Down. Now reverse. First the chest level, right? So we go back and out, and then come across at your chest level and lean forward a little as you do that. Arms come down. Do it again. Back, out, up, chest level, and then close. Down. Again, back, out, up, chest level, leaning slightly forward, reaching out, down. One more. And then full range. Back, out, up, way up. Over top, down in front. Neutral. 3 more like that. Full range. We go back, out, up, way up. Over top, down. 2 more. Inhale naturally. Exhale naturally. Circle. Inhale. Exhale. All right. And loose and relaxed arms. Now scoot back on your chair just a little bit so you're very stable. Take your right knee up to your chest like so. Grab a hold of the knee or shin area and pull the leg up and in. Flex the foot. That's where the toes pull up. Now we push and bring it up and in and set the foot down. We're going to repeat that alternating leg to leg. Bring your left knee up, pull it up and in a little bit, push, reload it, down, switch. Bring the right knee up and in, push, up and in, down. Left leg, knee up and in, push, up and in, down. Continue, 2 more each leg. So we're getting the freedom of movement of the joints and tissue. We're also connecting the brain. On this last one, do it with no hands. Just see if you can do it with the brain only. Full range. And the other side. Load, push, load, and down. All righty. Right leg out in front, foot and ankle. Point and flex. Point and flex. And then tilt the foot a little in, tilt out, tilt in, tilt out, tilt, tilt. Now circle, in, circling around to the outside. Again, in, around, and out. Circle. Reverse, circle. And down. And finally, other foot. Extend the left leg. Point and flex. Point and flex. And then tilt the foot a little in and out, known as inversion, eversion. In, out. And then those circles, in, around, and out. In, out, around, and in. And down. And scoot your buttocks to the front edge of your chair one more time. And just two more things here. Step your feet a little wider apart than hip distance, so we have a little extra space here. Lift your toes up and turn on the heels, turn your toes and knees in, and then lift your toes and turn your toes and knees out. External rotation, lift your toes, turn toes and knees in, internal rotation. External, internal. External, internal. Two more. Feel this space where your legs meet your pelvis, the hip space. And neutral. Okay, so now we're back to this neutral. Feel that space where your hips meet your legs, that we were just turning the legs. Now, fold forward, hip hinge, bring your torso forward. Go forward as much as you can until you feel a little stretch to your lower back, stretch to your buttocks, fold, right? And then sit vertical, and then tip back. And just think about lubrication, right? If this whole area is glued, stuck, and tight and collapsed, we're not going to be able to function really very well. So these simple movements, again, fold, sit up, tip back. Just think of it like a race car or a classic car that needs to spend a little more time in the garage, right? With the mechanic working on all the parts to make sure everything's tuned just right. Right? So maybe most of you here wouldn't think of yourselves as race cars, but perhaps like a really fine Porsche or something that, you know, my dad had a great Porsche as well in his heyday. And it took a lot of work to upkeep that thing, right? So that's what we're doing here. We're taking care of all these mechanisms so that we can take it out for a spin, right? So now, slide your feet back, hang your arms loose, right? And then we're going to fold from the hips. Now, before we do, let me just say one more thing I forgot to say is the primary direction is down, right? So currently I'm down through my chair. So if I just try to stand straight up, I fall back because my feet are in front, the chair is here. I need to get my middle forward a little bit. You see how this position now, my middle is above my feet. Now I can stand up. So let's practice that movement a couple of times. Same thing on the way down here. My middle, if I just lean back to the chair, I'm going to fall into the chair. What I need to do is fold at these hips. My middle is still above my feet. I'm sinking the butt, so I'm sitting the butt. The knees will naturally bend, and my middle is above my feet. Now my butt found the chair. Now I take my middle and I commit it to the chair where my feet are no longer my primary connection down. So let's do that 3 more times where we fold at the hips. Then the energy goes a little bit forward, so we're out of the chair and in our feet. Then we just launch to the sky, right? And then we hip hinge. So this is the first thing you got to do when it's time to sit down is the butt goes back, the shoulders come a little forward. My knees haven't even bent yet. Now I sink. I still haven't committed to the chair. I'm still in my feet. And then I find the chair. 2 more times. Those of you that have been doing this a while, remember all the advanced movement options that I give you, which is the sort of flowing right up using some momentum, right? This flow, right? Eventually you can flow through the movement. You can flow through the movement. But first, make sure you find middle and connecting it to the ground. Now, 4 of these where you don't sit in the chair. So now we're standing. So just watch me once if you'd like. We fold, we sink. I get 98% of the way. I haven't sat down, and then I just come right back up. And then, again, fold, sink, and rise. Fold, sink, and rise. Go as slow as you need, no rush. fold, sink. Okay. Now, you're facing forward, I'm facing forward. You have a chair more on your right side. So like I took the time to explain, beginning of class, one chair here, some space in between to operate, okay? So now, be a little more over towards the right side chair and a little behind it. And then just hang your arms loose. You got your middle represented in front by the belly button. So everyone take your finger, touch your belly button. So that's your middle. Keep your finger there and shift your weight over to your right leg and shift your weight over to your left leg. So feel this internal movement. So I'm not pulling my feet up off the ground. I'm not lifting. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just changing the arrangement of this tissue and structure so that more weight is here, and then I'm changing so that more weight is here. Importantly, we're moving from here rather than up here, right? You see how when I do this, this hasn't moved, and I'm top heavy. When I can relax like Tai Chi style, then I can move from the middle and move from the middle. So if this is scary for you, just consider the idea that you can do 50-50, 51-49, 51-49, eventually 60-40, then 70-30, eventually 100%. Now let's all stay in the left leg and soften the left knee. So you can see I don't lock my leg. I'm going to soften that leg a little bit. And let that be how you get more weight out of the right leg. So you soften, sink into the left. Now take your hand, place it on the chair, and lift to your right tippy toes. Again, remember, those of you that have been doing this a while, you can always go no hand on the chair or add challenge, right? But when I have new folks, I go back and I lay the groundwork for them as well. So place the right heel down, and we shift. So now shift to the right leg, soften through the right knee, and you got that left leg, lift the heel. So I'll turn sideways so you can see. I'm lifting, getting to the tippy toe, putting the foot back down, and then shifting. So now the weight's in this leg. Get to the tippy toe, down, shift. Tippy toe, down, shift. Tippy toe, down, shift. Moving from your middle. Shift. Get to the tippy toe of the empty foot. And now we go to the second level of this challenge. Hand on the chair so we can go tippy toe. Now lift the foot off the ground a little bit. Focus on the standing leg. And then place that foot down and shift. The weight down through the left leg, go tippy toe right, lift, and down. And then we shift. Let's go tippy toe left, lift, down, and change. Those of you newer to the practice, you will probably feel fatigued as we go, right? So please feel free to, for yourself, go, okay, I'm going to sit down for a little bit, take a little break, watch, learn the routine, and then stand up when you're ready and rejoin, okay? So you take breaks when you need to, okay? So now, let's all put the weight in the left leg, hand is on the chair, 4 times on the same leg here. We go tippy toe and lift as high up as you can lift with the knee, and then put that foot back down with 0 body weight, and we do it again, same leg, lift, down, same leg, lift, down. As you get better at this, you can still have your hand on the chair, but some of you might be doing this at first, right? See how I'm leaning on the chair? Over time, you just touch the chair for safety, but most of that workload is in your body. Now let's switch. So shift into your right leg, hand on the chair. We go tippy toe and lift, down, lift, down. Some of you might recognize this from the Friday class. This is the intermediate and moving to advanced challenge of golden rooster, right? You have to be able to do this to do that golden rooster, right? Now let's switch each time. So hand is on the chair, shift into your left leg and float up that right leg. Put the right leg down with 0 body weight and then shift. And let's do the other leg. Lift, down, shift. Remember that saying, the weight change happens underground. We stay underground through this leg. We're still underground through this leg. And then we change. So now we're underground through this leg. We're grounded. We're plugged in. All right. Now let's all stay in the left leg. Put all your weight in your left leg and put your right foot out in front. Bring that right foot back. Put all the weight in the right leg. Put your left foot out in front, the heel. So what's important with this one is bring that left foot back. Put the weight through the left leg and now your right foot. Notice when I step my right foot out, it has 0 body weight. So I'm not clunking into it. It's empty. Bring it back while it's empty. Change the weight. Step. Bring the foot back. Change the weight. Step. So also notice I'm not advancing in the room yet. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm just putting the weight down to the ground for safety and stepping. Now keep your right foot in front. Shift into that right leg. So my weight goes down through the right leg. Now I've advanced forward. And then commit the weight down to the earth through your back leg. You've moved back. So this one's empty, this one's full. And now commit to your front leg. Now the front leg's full and this back one's empty. And do it again from your middle. Down to the earth. Down to the earth. Down to the earth. Down to the earth. So this is level 1. Sometimes you can do this one with no hands on the chair. You just kind of challenge this ability to stay relaxed. Now level 2, you'll probably want a hand on the chair and we lift that front leg, float the heel down and shift. Once your back leg's empty, like a little flamingo, just lift the leg, put the toe down behind you and shift. The weight down through your back leg allows the empty. And then commit 100% to that front leg and flamingo. So one of the big no-nos in Tai Chi philosophy is being double weighted. That means having tension in both. Here we have separated full and empty. And then we've got to change so that what was empty is full and what was full is empty. So instead of being somewhere kind of in the middle of all that muddled together, we want it cleared out. One is full, stable, sturdy mountain. The other is the cloud, right? So now this cloud leg, let's go full lift, down, and shift. Make that front leg the mountain, the back leg the cloud. Floats up in front, reach the toe behind, and then commit to that back leg. Front leg is empty, it's a cloud. Clouds can float. And then what was a cloud becomes the mountain, and this one's ready to float. And one more, float, down, shift. So we're always grounded. That's the feeling that you all will get over time when you find the ground. Then you go, oh, I'm going to just always be grounded everywhere I go. Now we're going to change sides. Okay, so now you're over near the left side chair, left hand on the chair. Let's do that first little exercise again where we put all the weight in the right leg, left heel goes out. Bring that empty foot back. Change the weight into the left leg, right foot. Back. Change left. Back. Change right. And if you can see in my body, I'm just going down. So it's this little, it's maybe less than a ½ inch of tissue and structure releasing down. But when I do that, all of a sudden, there's this function in the body where most people are living just that little half inch up here and stuck there. So we're relaxing everything so we can get that little bit down, and then suddenly that allows all this lovely movement, right? Put all your weight in your right leg, left foot in front, and we're shifting down into the left leg, and then down into the right leg. So that Tai Chi saying, primary direction is down, but yet I moved forward. But I'm not leaning forward, right? I'm just hanging out, floating. Then I go down here, and I'm still floating in here, and floating, and floating. Just easy peasy. 100, 0, 100, 0. Now, hand on the chair, float that front cloud leg, float the cloud down, and then shift into it, make it the mountain. Once it's the mountain, the other leg. Float like a flamingo, toe down, shift. 100% in one so that 0 is in the other. And then 100% in this one so that there's 0 in the other. The middle is the constant, the unchanging. Right? The unchanging middle gives us balance, equilibrium, and function. Hand on the chair, full lift, down, shift, 100% down through your left leg, right knee, forward and up, back, shift, 100%. Remember that half inch underneath, just sink into the earth, and then up and down, and then sink down through the earth, up and down, sink down, and sink down. Back. Switch back to your first side. So we do a little side step, shift, and put all the weight in that left leg. Right foot is in front. Now, shift 100% into your right. Now from here, step your left foot forward, no body weight, and then commit 100% of your weight into that foot. So we've taken a 2-step walk forward. Now we do it the other way. Down through your back leg. This front leg now empty can step. And then down through that back leg. Now we've done a 2-step back. So it's down. This is now empty. Step. And then down. And then we do it in reverse. Down. Wait for it to actually be empty. Step. Down. Prematurely stepping. Going too fast before you've actually shifted. So waiting here until you go, okay, I feel established. Now I can step. Then down. You can get to the point where you're so comfortable with this that you just go, oh, down, step, down. Right? So eventually speed. Speed comes back, but first you got to slow it down, recalibrate to your middle. Hand on the chair here. Let's go lift, lower, shift. Now imagine there's something on the floor that you need to step over. Pick up that back foot, over the top, down, and then shift. Now like a little flamingo, lift, toe down, shift. Now your front leg, float it up so it gets over the obstacle, bend, reach it. See this extension of the leg back to the ground? Then shift down through the leg. So we've got empty leg lift and lower. Commit to that leg, plugging into the earth. Now this one is empty, can go up, over. And commit this leg like a flamingo. Reverse, commit. Wait until this leg's actually empty. Then it's movable. Shift. Remember your chair is there to keep you safe. Keep you comfortable, keep you aligned. Shift. Step over. Shift. Flamingo. Shift. Reverse. Shift. And then finally, full range. We go lift, lower, shift. And then it's heel to butt, knee to chest, leg out, down, shift. And then knee up, back, shift, up, tuck, reach, shift. One more, up, down, shift. Then heel, knee, foot, down, shift. Knee up, back, shift. Up, tuck, reach back, shift. And feet together, switching sides. Level 1, put all the weight in your right leg, left foot in front. So remember, it's down, this back foot empty so it can step, and then down. And then we're going back, but we're going down. Step your right foot back, and then down. Down, step, down. Down, step, down. Down, step, down. Down, step, down. And level 2, hand on the chair, lift that front leg, lower, and then shift. Now you got an obstacle on the ground. Pick up the foot, step over it, shift, and then that back leg like a flamingo, lift, lower. So hand on chair for safety. Some of you might play around with floating hand or no hand, right? Once you start to find middle and empty and full, that's when you can, and when you have that little sinking into the earth thing, when you have that, when you can come forward and not be up here, but be sunk a little bit, that's when you'll start to find, oh, right, when I'm sunk through this back leg, then this foot, and I stay sunk through here, then I sink through here, and then sink through here, sink through here, sink, sink. And then we finish with full range, 2 of them. Lift, lower, shift. Make sure you're sunk to the earth, and then go heel, knee, foot. We're just cleaning out the mechanism so that we can then shift down through it. And then this one, forward and up, back, shift. Once that front leg is empty, it's full range, and then shift. We lift, lower, one more time, shift, wait for everything to be sunk to the earth. Then you've got all this function, and then everything sunk to the earth, all this function, sunk to the earth, sitting through the body, connecting to the ground. Instead of being stiff on top of the ground, right? We're connected, plugged in. Now, all the way to the left side of your space, facing downrange. Now you got about a 5, 6, 7 step runway. Let's do that exercise again where we go out, bring the foot back, switch, out. So if you were standing in line or standing at a stoplight or a crosswalk, right, and you were getting ready to go, so you're standing, you're kind of stuck in place, to remember, to get going forward, we don't just lurch forward. We sink where we are and free a foot. Then we're ready to sink through that leg, which moves us forward, and step the free foot. And then sink where that leg is, that moves us forward, step, and then sink, step, sink. Right? Step, sink. And then in reverse, we're going sink. We got to be established where we are, step without the body going backwards. That's where people feel like they're going to fall when walking backwards. It's because when the foot goes back in the air, they're already committing their body weight to that leg. So it's about staying where you are until the toe contacts the ground. Then you commit. Same thing here. Stay where you are till the foot finds contact. Then commit to that leg. Once you've established here, then you can step. Then you establish in the new spot, and you step, but you stay where you are, and then you commit to the new spot. Step, commit to the new spot. Okay? Let's walk forward again. Step. Now commit. That moves you forward. Step without moving. Commit. Step without moving. Commit, because anything other than this is falling and catching yourself. Falling and catching yourself. Right? But this, separate, empty, and full. Step. Shift. You see, there's smoothness. And it can be done very fast. But first you got to find it. You got to find this shift, step, shift. See, I'm down, 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 and then down, down, down. One more. Down, 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 down. And turn, or stay facing forward. So now we're at the left side of this runway. Let's go right foot out, right foot in. Right foot out, right foot in. Remember, importantly, when my foot goes out, I didn't move. My foot comes in. So I'm not stuck to the leg like that. The foot is free. The leg is free. Now the right foot stays out. Let's shift the weight underground. Be in your right leg. Left leg is empty. And then go back underground into your left leg. Right leg in. So sideways, right? But also notice I'm not leaning my body. My body stays vertical and I'm moving from here. Now go down through your right leg. Stay there. Bring your left foot in, out, in, out, in. One more. In. Now, keep the feet together. Down through your left leg. Right foot is empty. And then down through your right leg. Left foot empty. So as close together as you can. Possibly even feet touching someday. And being able to find middle, down. So this foot's empty. And then middle, down. So this foot's empty. Middle, down. Right? Now, let's put it all together. Down through your left leg, right foot steps out. Shift underground so the weight's in your right leg. Step your left foot in. Down through your left leg. Step your right foot out. So now we're traveling sideways across the room. Back in. Step out. Together. Change the weight. Change the weight. Going back the way we came. Step out, shift, in, shift, out, shift, in, out, in, out, in, right? Sideways, out, in, out. Let's do that one more time, there and back. Shift, step, shift, step, shift, step. Some of you might add the little turn, right? The bear washing paw. Right, so now this becomes the simplest possible intermediate Tai Chi. Right? We're traveling, we're turning, we're doing a little hand movement. Right? That can grow and all kinds of different expressions can come from that. Right? Or we just work on middle, down, middle, down. Now come right in between your chairs. Feet close together, about hip distance. Now put all your weight down through your left leg. Turn your right leg out. So your toes point out, turn your hips a little and turn your shoulders and head. So you're now looking a little bit over to the right. And then turn back to the center, foot pointing forward, body pointing forward. And then turn the toe in and turn a little bit to your left. So now we're middle and out. Middle and in. This foot is empty the whole time. Out. In. And switch. Put all the way through your right leg so your left foot is empty. Turn it out. Neutral. In. Neutral. Out. Neutral. In. Now skip neutral and just turn out. In. Out. Remember, this is full, this is empty. In. And neutral. Now, all the way down through your left leg, right foot turned out. Now from here, the weight goes down through your right leg and just bring your left foot to match. So now I've quarter turned the body to the right. We're going to do it again. Empty your right foot and turn your right foot out. And then shift into that right leg and bring the left foot to match it. So now you've turned. If you've done it, you've turned quarter turn to the right, another quarter turn to the right. So now you should be facing away from me. And then you do it again. Right foot empty, turn it out. Shift all the way into it, bring the left foot to match it. And again, all the way through the left leg, turn the right foot out. Commit to the right leg and come around. So go around 2 more times, maybe 3 more, just depending on how fast you're going. Turn out, shift, and bring the body around. Note again that it's not just the foot turning, it's the leg turning, it's the hips turning, it's the torso. We call that opening, right? It's an opening movement. And then this is a closing movement. So instead of turning the body clumsily, we open and then close. And just so you can see it, Tai Chi stances get pretty big, right? From here, you turn and you can step all the way there and turn, right? So the body is quite capable of big turns when we know how to open, right? Whereas if I didn't open, I tried to do that, I'd fall over there. Instead of open, step, shift, right? And then that's a more advanced Tai Chi step, but we have to get this one of turn. And some of you might even play around a little bit with actually taking a little side step and then shift and step. So if you've been doing this a while, the next tier up would be all the weights in the left leg, turn the body, you're turning, and now you take a little side step, shift, and bring that left foot to match it. So now you're actually kind of going on a different little journey, but it's using the internal technique. Full and empty, turn open, side step, shift, turn, bring it together. Try that one more time. So again, I've given the beginner version and then the next one up. So those of you that have been doing it a while, you can go, oh yeah, okay, put that in your little book of techniques to play with, right? So we'll do it again. It's beginner version is turn, and just right where you are, you just kind of turn in place, right? Whereas the next level up is I turn, keeping this foot empty, I'm able to sidestep it a little, shift there, and now I've moved to a different place in the room, change the weight, empty, turn open, sidestep, shift. So you see how these fundamental movements that I'm teaching are, you start to put them together in different combinations, right? Just see the method. And here. Now let's go the other way. So we empty that left foot, turn it out. So let's do the beginner level, or if you want to already jump to the next level, feel free. Turning that left leg out, the body turns a little. Shift down through the left leg, bring the right foot to match. Down through the right leg, the left foot is empty. Turn open and together. Find the middle. Down through the right leg, left foot is open. And then you close and bring it together. Turn Now the intermediate level, you might turn and then take a step, a little side step with the left foot, and then shift and commit to that leg and bring the right foot to match. Change the weight to the right leg, turn open first, then a little step, shift to that new place. Down through your right leg, turn, open, step, shift, commit. Down through, turn, commit, step. So either beginner or intermediate or combination, right? Little bit of a side step, right? You might turn and just take the teeniest little step. Or you might kind of go for it. One more time around. And then let's finish with a little bit of hip and leg sort of therapeutic movement. So we're facing straight ahead. Have your right hand on the chair. Put all your weight in your right leg. Now turn your left foot out, just like we did. Turn it out. Lift to the tippy toe. And then you're going to lift this leg a little bit off the ground and then circle it in. And then hang that leg down to the ground with no body weight. We're going to do it again. So it's while the leg is extended, externally rotate, turn it out, lift to the tippy toe. So you might just lift a millimeter off the ground, some of you a little higher, some of you possibly to full range, but whichever height is right, then you bring it in. You close that leg to the middle and then softly extend it to the ground. We're going to do it again, same leg. External, tippy toe, lift, bring it in and down. Eventually this flows, right? Where we're going out, lift, in, down, out, lift, in, just so you again can see. And James, you're doing it in the wrong direction. So I was saying take your left leg, turn it out, and we're going out to in. That's right. So out to in, circle. Out to in, circle. Now we're going to switch sides. So you got your other chair, side step, shift over. Now here we are. All the weight's in the left leg. Your right leg turns out a little bit. Tippy toe. So the lowest possible challenge would be a millimeter off the ground, close it in, and lower the leg to the ground. We'll do it again. Turn the leg out, tippy toe, lift a little, close, lower it down. Turn it out, tippy toe, lift a little, right? Or you can add challenge as is appropriate. A little higher, right? Possibly you go for that fluidity over time. So there's connect the dots version, and then that leads to fluidity. Connect the dots means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? We're hitting all those spots, and then eventually you, and switch sides again. Shift over to your right leg. Now, instead of your left leg being externally rotated, now turn the leg internal a little bit. So you turn these toes in, tippy toe. When you do that, the knee should, you see how my knee comes across my midline. So it's going across, then lift a little, open, down. Again, turning on the ball of the foot, swivel so the leg is internally rotated, tippy toe, lift, inside out circle or spiral. Again, turn on the ball of the foot, tippy toe. This is the connect the dots version. Lift, open, down, turn, tippy toe, lift, open, down. Couple fluid ones, those of you that are more comfortable with this, where it's right? Switch. Side. Now, all the weights through your left leg, your right leg is empty. Turn on the toe, internal. Go tippy toe. Knee comes across a little bit, and then inside out spiral. Turn on the ball of the foot. Internally rotate. Tippy toe. Lift. Open. Down. Turn. Tippy toe. Inside out. Couple more. And down. Have a seat on your chair, so make sure you know where your chair is. Have a seat on it. And this finishing little massage here, palms together. Rub your palms. Rub the back of one hand. Rub your palms. Rub the back of your other hand. Palms. Now you got a little magic in your palms here. Go to your groin area, inner thighs and groin, and then onto the front of the hip flexors. And then come around and rub your tail and your lower back. And then sweep the hands down the outside of the legs, folding at the hips. Come around to the inside of the legs, come up the inseam of your legs, all the way past the groin to your belly button. And we do it again. Groin area, hip flexors, around to your tail, up onto your lower back, and then sweep down the outer back side of the legs, around to the inner front side of the legs, past the groin to the belly button. One more. Groin area, hip flexors, tail, lower back, outer legs, around to inner legs, groin. Navel. And then go up the outer arm to the shoulder, turn the palm up and go down the inner arm to the wrist and off. Sweep off the palm. Repeat that 3 more times. Outer arm to the shoulder, turn the arm palm up, sweep off. Outer, turn, inner, off. Outer, inner. One more. Switch. Outer, turn, inner and off. Outer, inner and off. Outer, off. And then just a little extra on any sore spot you might feel. Oftentimes it'll be the knees. Spend a little extra time somewhere that's calling out to you from your body. You want to become sensitive to what your body is saying. And don't underestimate something as simple as a little nourishing touch. It calms the nerves. It promotes blood flow. It promotes chi to the area. It promotes awareness to the area. And then we close what's called shogun. Wing, roll, fold. Settle the hands to the belly. And then seal. One hand over the belly, other hand over that hand. All right. Thank you, everybody. Great job today. Happy New Year. Good to see you all. Good to see some new faces. If there are questions, feel free to unmute. All right. Thank you. Anything